It is raining outside and I am bored, and recently someone gave me yet another one of these CRT televisions. So let's make another video about taking one of these apart. I will not be going into many details in this one because you've seen CRT televisions being taken apart before, probably. So, many scrappers do this, and I've already done one video on a CRT television. That was a small one. This is a slightly bigger, more recent one, widescreen, and has a completely flat screen. So I'm hoping there's some more interesting stuff in here, but we will see. Let's get into it. Look what a mess. Not that much interesting in here. You can kind of tell that the people who own this are smokers or were smokers. A lot of dust and brown stuff, but at least the whole thing is loose. So let's get some cables out. Cables everywhere. Cables. Well, at least this thing has some aluminium in it. And there we go. Huge circuit board. Degaussing cable. This thing is huge. Oh, this is a separate piece. So, small degaussing cable and a large degaussing cable. I thought it was just one piece. But then again, this is quite a huge. Take that apart later. Now for this thing. Second main source of copper. There we go. Look at that. Bigger TV, more copper. Take that apart later. And the rest is just little bits of cable. So I'll take this out and these out, and this, the braided copper wire with tin coating. I've talked about these before, but they are somewhat interesting if you get a lot of them. So far I don't have many, like 4 or 5. So yeah, that was this thing. I'll get all the rest disassembled and show you the pile of what I got at the end, because there's a few interesting items in here. Motor copper, some aluminium heat sinks in here. This is quite okay. Not much gonna be in here, I guess. Just a circuit board. Spool. some stuff here. I'm gonna take all of those off and show you the pile of what came out of here at the end. Alright, everything has been taken out. Not in detail yet, but I will micro scrap all the aluminium and copper bits out later. But this is basically what came out. All of the wires. This is the power cable and the plug. Plug has brass bits, which I might try to get off, but it's a little bit, it's just little bits, and it might be a lot of work to get those out, but I'm quite eager for brass. Got a couple of those ferrite cores, and I opened one of them. I'm still not sure what to do with these, other than throw them in with scrap iron. If anyone has any use for these, other than turning them into cash for the scrap iron, I would like to know. Leave a comment. Got a whole of a lot of boards, not very interesting ones, except for the aluminium and the copper bits that are on there. This one was somewhat interesting. It has golden fingers, as they are called, these bits here, but they're not that thick layered. I think that's only a very thin layer of gold. It does have some chips on it, and some flat packs and some crystals, and might be interesting to someone, but not for me. I just want aluminium, copper, and brass for melting and turning into ingots, and later turning into interesting projects. And got a couple of these things. This came off pretty easily. But yeah, just a few boards. The slot in here, however, that's where this thing came from, also has I think gold-plated pins in there. Again, I'm not into gold recovery myself, but this will just go to the scrapyard as low-grade boards, I guess. And the main copper thing, is the degaussing cable, which I will peel off in a bit, and this I will get out, and maybe I'll get my other television yokes and ram them to bits with my Mjolnir hammer. That might be interesting, and see what I can get out of this in detail. Spread it all out on the floor because well, small workbench and stuff. But yeah, this was quite easy to take apart, and not that much work. I put all of the plastic back in the television housing, and I will put the back back on and screw it shut, and then just deliver it at recycling, and they will take it as is. They don't mind if anything has been taken out. I usually just don't tell them, and they'll just take it as old televisions. Yeah, let me go and micro scrap all of this aluminium bits and copper spools out of here, and then show you what I got. Alright, most of it has been micro scrapped out. As you can see, quite some copper. I got the easy parts out of the yoke, and I will be getting the rest out later. So I've weighed these with my mom's kitchen scales, and these two parts, this big part of the degaussing cable, the smaller part, this together is exactly 0.5 kilogram of copper. So haven't even weighed the little bits I got of the spools, and I need to get more copper out of here, and there will probably be some more in here. So I'm estimating somewhere close to 600-700 grams of copper in total, probably. So let's stick with an average of about 650 maybe. But that's not bad. And quite some extruded aluminium. Didn't weigh this because aluminium doesn't weigh that much, and it's not that interesting money-wise, but like I said, I don't do this for the money. This is the biggest, fattest piece, so also the heaviest. but it's not that much in ways of aluminium, but some good bits to melt. So in with the pile of the aluminium. And yeah, the ferrite cores. Oh, and I found another little fuse, which I will put in my little box of fuses, because you never know when these come in handy. That's about it for now. I'm going to get all of my yokes and some other stuff, and then it's stick on there, and then it's Mjolnir time, hammer time. Well, I should really make a mold of this thing and cast it in like solid aluminium, and use that as a sand rammer, maybe like press tube does. But let me go and set things up, and then we're gonna do some hammering. Stop! Hammer time! Oh, that's lame. Alright, let's get a good shot here. There we go. Alright, who's first? Let's start with the smallest one. That was a lot easier than I expected. Plastic. If I've known that it was this easy, I would have probably done all of them already. Unraveling. That's a good game, by the way, Unravel, if you're a gamer. If you liked the game Limbo, this is Unravel is a similar game. Has to do with red thread. I've been playing it for a couple of levels. I haven't gotten that far yet, but it's a fun game. Whereas Limbo is kind of dark and ominous. Unravel is really pretty, and it has nature stuff in it and nice music, and yeah, I would suggest you check that out. But this isn't unraveling as fast as I would have hoped. Let's whack it some more. Nice little bundle of red copper. The paint will come off when melting. That turns into like black flaky stuff. Alright, so that's half a one. So another nice bundle. There's more coming out of this than I expected. This is just from the small one. I'll weigh all these bundles up at the end. Alright. Next one. Let's see if we can. Right. Not sure what this is. What is this sorcery? Magnets, how do they work? Yep, that's iron. Yeah, that's about it. Trying to get that in as neatly in a bundle as possible. Still some sticky stuff in there. If I'm going to be weighing it, I want to weigh just the copper, not anything else. Oh, there we go. Other half. Don't know if you can hear the crows in the background, but it's starting to sound like Zone in Resident Evil out here. Ever since I've played Resident Evil, whenever I hear crows, it's like instant zombie flashbacks. Let's go from small to big. There. There's some spools on here still. Let's see what we can get out of this. Oh, damn, that almost hit my eye. Maybe I should wear some safety glasses here. Next one. Well, let's see how this works. Copper is all lacquered with some dark stuff. And all sticky. We'll see. Well, this is basically like the outside bits that come out easily, except for this being all glued together. Well, I'm not gonna fiddle with getting this off, but that'll burn off probably. But this looks good. Assuming this is copper. I'm gonna scratch at it a bit later. I'll put this here. There we go. Copper, copper, copper. That was a quick one. Now what? This one then. I think this is a really old one. This has green copper in it. And some wiring still going around here and there. Let's see. Just whack it off. Good thing about old plastic is it gets brittle and it basically shatters all over the place. Nope. That's how we like it. Place has turned into like a shooting gallery. Bits flying all over the place. Basically, bundles like this are the handiest for putting them in the crucible of my electric furnace. So yeah, gonna be making some copper ingots soon. Looks nice, this green stuff. Red, green, orange, and blackish. There we go. Stay there. Right, workspace. Next one. Oh, there's some nice copper in there.
1 hour later.
And that again almost hit me in the eye. I think it's about time to get my safety glasses. Because I'm not gonna be lucky 3 times, I guess. Maybe I'll just kind of give up on this one and just cut what I can see. And do the other half later. Put this one aside for now. That's too bad. Right, next one. I'm kind of assuming similar deal here.
2 hours later.
Oh. Medic! Oh, that's bigger than I thought. No, I'm not going to be putting this in the thumbnail as clickbait. It's just a little cut anyway. I'm going to get a small band-aid on this so that I don't cover everything in blood. And I'm going to put on some gloves and get my safety glasses. I'll be right back.
Moments later.
Alright, I fixed it, kind of. So no more leaking around. It is starting to sting a bit, but I guess that's supposed to happen because that's the beginning of the healing process, apparently. Got some, well, gardening gloves with rubber coating, so makes it quite annoying to hold stuff. But I'm just gonna use it for this hand. The other hand will have the hammer. Hopefully that won't go wrong. Also got some safety glasses, not really exactly safety glasses, but keeps my eyes safe, and everything now looks yellowish. So let's see what we can get out of this. I'm kind of assuming that this is going to be the same deal as the other one here, all stuck inside. It's too bad because I was kind of hoping to be able to get all this out. Maybe if I get as much off as possible, I can maybe melt it out or so, or something. I don't know. On the other hand, maybe I'll just snip everything off to where I can get to it, and just take the loss of the stuff that stays in there. Yeah, I'm gonna get those out off camera because that's going to be not that interesting. I was hoping for more hammering action. Right, this is the one of the big television that is still over there. And looking at all this stuff, might end up becoming the same as the other two here. But we'll see. Hammer time. Yes, that seems good. Not much crap on the left on there. Get this in here. So if I weigh this up with the rest of what I got out of the television, I might actually go over 650 grams. Check that out in a bit. The other one. Alright, so not bad. Too bad about these two. But this is some nice copper I got. And judging by the weight of the other bits, this is well 650, maybe 700 grams of copper in total from one television, so that's not bad. And then I still need to unroll the tiny little spools and stuff. Alright, so that goes there. Like I said, I'm gonna do these another time. Let's do some more hammering, because now that we're at it. So, does anyone remember these? I was baking some copper muffins, mini muffins, and these got lodged in there. Apparently it's not a very good idea to cast muffins, copper muffins, in these tins or copper ingots, and I should leave that to ingot molds specifically. And then there's also these, like Twinkies, or well, basically nicely rounded off ingots, and there's 4 of them in there, so that's quite a lot of weight. These are all solid copper. I've been burning away at this one, that's why it's darker, and I've been hammering at it and trying to get it out, but yeah, not working. I'm thinking I might need to get more of these trays, but and then just use them only for aluminium, because clearly copper worked only the first time when the anti-stick layer or the Teflon layer was still in there. And these are quite good quality stuff, so if you're looking for good muffin trays, I don't know how they make muffins, but for aluminium or lead or zinc ingots, these are very good, by Wilton. I think these were like 12 euros a piece or something, maybe 15, not that expensive, and quite thick steel. But as you can see, not so much for copper, unfortunately. Brass did work and came out normally, but the copper just fused itself in there. Now I'm probably going to be wrecking the pockets that these are in, but I'll have enough left for other metals and stuff. I'm kind of bummed about this one because I really like these. These are very handy for stacking up, and slightly bigger than the small muffins. And these will fit in the crucible for my little electric forge. So yeah, but I'm gonna see if I can get these out. Let's start with the muffins. I'm very annoyed about this. Guess what? I knew that was gonna happen, so yeah. This was a nice looking muffin though, at some point. It can be again. Oh, look at that, it actually kind of like fused itself to the steel. Yeah, I'm gonna go and put on a glove again because sharp steel and stuff. There's an accident waiting to happen. Ah, there we go. Yay, copper muffin. Does look nice and smooth though. Yeah. One. Let me try something different. Let's see if this works. Have that exactly there. See if it will fall out. Oh, that was fast. Right, couldn't just keep them like this. Let's get everything out first. Oh, that's a lot faster. Should have started this way. Alright, another one. And there's number 3. This one almost feels loose. Yeah, it would be annoying if that just fell out now. Now for this thing. It's kind of a waste. This only has 12 pockets, 12 cavities. So I'm gonna be left with 8. Hope this actually works. This looks slightly different. Ow, that wasn't very smart. Bendy. Yeah. I'm gonna totally wreck this thing probably. go. There's one. Maybe I should create a Patreon so you could like make donations for me to buy new trays. I never intended to be in it for any money, so I'll fix that myself. Maybe when I reach like 1K subscribers, I'll open a Patreon. I don't know. Okay, now this was basically a half one anyway, so let's see. Well, we have a saying in the Netherlands, hobbies are allowed to cost some money, because if you put some money in and you enjoy what you do, you can have even more fun. Usually, it's basically with all hobbies. Some people really like fishing. I know there's a lot of fishing and outdoors channels on YouTube of people who basically just are out and about, and also a lot of fishing. I've done some fishing in my earlier days, and yeah, tackle box filling, that's expensive. Let's see if I can get these out.
Three hours later.
Alright, all of them are out. Muffins came out okay. Most of them are nice and smooth. But as you can see, the Twinkies had all kinds of bubbles in them. Even some bits of the steel I couldn't get off. And I will probably fiddle with them a bit more until I go and remelt these at some point and then turn them into something slightly nicer. The first one that I did came out quite okay, as you have seen earlier. I might just polish this one and put it in my warehouse. And then there's this one, the biggest one. I was actually not even able to get the whole steel bit off. I will probably go at this another day. Also a lot of bubbles in there. And the last one also has a bit of steel left on there and slightly less bubbles. This part looks kind of okay, but yeah, the rest not so much. If I get this bit of steel off and it looks okay enough, I might brush this and put it in my little warehouse for later use. I usually just keep all the nice stuff so that the warehouse looks okay. But all the muffins are going to go in there. And this is all that's left of the muffin and the Twinkie trays. Well, I guess more scrap iron. And as you can see, some of the bits have copper completely fused to it. So no more copper muffins for me. This was an interesting day. Started out with just a television and ended up, well, in a big mess. But I had fun. I'm gonna go and clean up and go home because I'm tired. I'll see you on the next one.